Hi guys, it's Brother Paul here. I got really bombarded with some dreams the last few days, two of these are so complicated that I'm simply gonna talk them out. I just don't have the time to do all this, but I think you're gonna find them interesting. So here's one I had on the 18th, and I woke up at 4:05 a.m. and I saw a flash vision, and I just saw a boot and there was light coming out of it. And I kind of woke up and I thanked the Lord for giving me that vision, and then I just kind of went back to bed. And I immediately, well, I don't know the time frame between the first and the second, but I saw a second one where I saw a stone house, very, very solid stone house. And what I was seeing kind of panned to the side of the house, and I saw somebody, it looked like they were trying to get water out of a well. And then all of a sudden, what I was watching panned really quick to the wall, and I had a feeling, every ounce of my cells in my body I had the feeling of destruction coming, and that was the end of it. So I got up and I prayed and I tested the spirits, and then I fell back asleep. And just before I woke up, I had a dream where, at least I think it was me. I'm pretty sure it was me. So in my dream, I saw myself, or I saw a person going to bed. I'm pretty sure it was me. I went to bed, and it was my childhood bed at my parents' house. And then I woke up, but I wasn't upstairs in my room. I was downstairs on this couch. My parents used to have this huge old couch. And I heard a voice saying, "Daddy, Daddy." So I got up and I walked around and I looked under. It was like a wooden table end with lamps on it. And I looked under and I saw my youngest daughter. And she was really small and a lot younger than she is now. And she was withered, very small. And I picked her up, and she was so light, and she looked very sick. And I proceeded to go upstairs and put her back in her bed. And there was people all over in the house, and I actually didn't know who they were. And then all of a sudden I realized I wasn't in my house anymore. This is like another scene, and there was people everywhere around me that I didn't know who they were. And I went through the house and I went into a garage, and there was a man sitting on a lawn chair, and I looked at him and I said, "Who are you?" And the first thing he asked me is like, "Why aren't you in the house helping your wife?" And I said again, "Who are you and what are you doing here?" And he's like, "Well, we're here to prepare for some event." And then he kind of made a crack that it looked like I hadn't cleaned the garage, and I said, "Well, I'm busy right now," and I remember being very annoyed by whoever this person was. So after he had said, "No, why don't you help your wife out?" I remember being so confused. I didn't know what event he was talking about. And I knew nothing about it. So I went outside and I saw a big bonfire in the back, and my kids were around. My kids and many other kids were around this fire. And I ran over to take control, and that was the end of that dream. So I invite anybody on interpretation of this one. I found this one very interesting. The first vision with the boot and the light, and the second one about very clearly strong made foundation house made of stone. Somebody was getting water, and it said eyes were panned to the stone wall, so that person began to look at the wall before some, like I said, incoming destruction. Anyway, I invite you guys to try to help me on this one. I'd love to hear the interpretations you got, and I'll follow it up with another one. Okay, bye guys.